Welcome! Today, we're diving into a really fascinating analysis of the Quran, one that suggests there's a hidden mathematical and thematic structure just below the surface. We're going on a journey into what the source material calls a harmonious web of coordinates. So, let's get right into it.
So, the whole idea really kicks off with this powerful claim from the Quran itself. It's a bold statement, basically saying the text is perfectly consistent, completely free of any internal conflict. And, this idea of perfect harmony is the real jumping-off point for this entire investigation.
And that gets you thinking, right? Could this harmony be something more than just themes and messages? The analysis we're exploring today says yes, absolutely. It argues that there's an intricate numerical code literally woven into the fabric of the text.
Okay, so first, let's get our heads around the core concept here. The theory isn't just about the Quran having a consistent message. It's about something more tangible, a deliberate structure that's supposed to link the entire book together.
And the key word here is concatenation. Think of it like a chain, where every piece is intentionally linked to the next. The idea is that chapters, verses, even numbers, they're all connected to create one single unified structure. And get this, according to this view, even something as simple as addition is just concatenation in disguise.
So that's the theory. But what does it actually look like in practice? Well, let's look at the very first piece of numerical evidence that the analysis brings to the table. It all starts in a very specific chapter.
Our starting point is the 89th chapter, or surah, which is called Al-Fajr, meaning the dawn. The analysis kicks off by taking the number of the chapter itself and linking it to something mentioned right inside one of its verses.
Okay, so here's the first connection the analysis makes. You take the chapter number, 89, and you add the number 10, which comes from a reference to 10 nights in the second verse. That little bit of math gives you 99. Simple enough, right? But why 99? What's so special about that number? And that's the proposed link. The number 99 is hugely significant in Islam. It represents the 99 beautiful names of God, the Asma'ul Husna. The analysis argues this is no accident, but the very first node in a much, much larger network.
Now let's see how this web starts to build, but with a totally different kind of pattern. This one isn't based on addition, but on the presence or absence of a very specific recurring phrase.
The Bismillah is the invocation that kicks off 113 of the Quran's 114 chapters. Its absence from just one chapter, the 9th one, at-Tawbah, is a really unique and well-known feature of the text, and it turns out it's central to the next piece of this numerical puzzle.
So the analysis points to a sequence here. Surah 9, the one without the Bismillah, is represented as a 0. Then, according to the source, it's thematically linked to Surahs 2 and 1, which creates this symbolic 0-to-1 pattern based on the Bismillah's status.
But wait, the connections don't stop there. This pattern is then linked to another, much bigger number, one that has some pretty unique mathematical properties and, according to this theory, ties everything together even more tightly.
And that number is 729. Now, I know what you're thinking. That seems totally random, but the source highlights its specific mathematical qualities as being the key to this whole web of coordinates.
So here's the kicker. 729 is both 9 cubed times 27 squared. The analysis directly links that 9 cubed property to Surah 9, the chapter without the Bismillah, arguing that this reinforces its central role in the whole pattern.
Okay, so we've seen a couple of these individual examples, but how do they all fit together? This is where the analysis really zooms out, from isolated clues to a grand, overarching theory.
Right. The central argument here is that these numerical and thematic links are not just random flukes. Instead, they're described as coordinates on a map, or nodes in a web, all intentionally designed to connect and reinforce each other.
So let's just trace the web presented so far. It starts with that calculation from Surah 89, leading to the 99 names of God. Then we have the Bismillah code, connecting Surahs 9, 2, and 1, which is then reinforced by the number 729. The source gives other examples too, like adding Surah 15 to the number 99 to get 114, the total number of surahs. You can see how each connection is meant to build on the last. But what is the ultimate point of this intricate web? According to the source, all of these coordinates, all these connections are designed to point toward a single profound theological concept.
Every calculation, every pattern of presence and absence is supposedly a pathway. And the analysis argues that if you follow these pathways, they all converge on one final destination,
one core idea.
And that destination is Ahad, or the One. This is one of the 99 names of God, and it signifies absolute, indivisible unity. The claim is that this entire complex web of coordinates is a mathematical and thematic illustration of this core principle of God's oneness.
So, this analysis presents a vision of the Quran as a text with a deep, hidden layer of numerical and thematic connections, all pointing to a singular truth. It really leaves us with a compelling question to consider. What happens when systems of faith and the logic of mathematics intersect in such an intricate and surprising way?